You're listening to the Habit Hacked Podcast, where you learn to mindfully leverage your habits to create the life you actually want. Get ready to elevate your vision, take real action, and reap the rewards. And now your hosts, Chad Fowers and Alex Engar.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Habit Hacked Podcast. My name is Chad Fowers, and I am here with my co-host, Alex Engar.
Great to see you.
Excellent. We're super excited that you guys have decided to join us today on our journey. For all of you listening, this is our first episode. So we've got a lot of good things to share, and so we're excited that you've decided to join us on our journey.
Yeah.
And so basically, to introduce ourselves a little bit so you can have an idea of what we do, who we are, and what we want to accomplish. As mentioned, I'm Chad Fowers. I am super excited for the change that this will bring about in my life, as well as hopefully in all of yours. I am currently married and have one little girl and another one on the way. And love entrepreneurship, love personal development. And so from the things that I've been able to learn, I want to be able to share with you, along with Alex here, some of the things that have helped me to form good habits and to be able to increase my potential and increase the results that I see in my own life.
Yeah, one of the reasons that we started doing this, Chad and I have been talking back and forth. Gosh, it's been 3 or 4 months. And we've just started sharing these ideas back and forth about how to make these types of changes in our lives that get us to the point that we want to be at eventually. So like Chad, I'm married. I've actually got 2 little kiddos, just bought my first house, and I'm excited for a lot of cool changes and cool opportunities in life. And as I've taken the time to really visualize what it is I want out of my life and start pushing for that, opportunities just start to come along. And as we were sitting here talking back and forth, we realized, heck, we might as well be sharing this stuff. We might as well be looking at the things that we've done, the changes we've made, and the epic outcomes that are coming about as a result, and really just share that with everyone.
That's so true. Like, honestly, I think that we're not alone in the aspect of we want to change our lives. We want something better out there. We're grateful for where we've been. We're grateful for where we are. But there's so much potential out there. And you see a lot of people that give up on their dreams and stop fighting, but that's why we're here. We want to help you, that's someone that has goals and dreams, to be able to stay focused, to be able to get the motivation that you need to wake up every morning and keep going. Because honestly, that's what it takes. It takes those habits that keep you going, and it might take a little bit of extra effort in some areas, but honestly, that's what we love to see happen in our own lives, and that's what we've been able to see. Like Alex said, we've been talking and doing some growth together here for the 3-4 months, and we're excited to share that with you as well.
Yeah, so I think our big goal is to kind of not only share what we've learned, but share our journey with you along the way. So as we've both said, we've seen some massive growth personally over the past little bit, but we foresee even more of that happening over the next couple months to years, and honestly, hopefully for the rest of our lives, right? So we want to help you, kind of like we've done, create the best version of yourself, both now and for the future. I think all of us have things that we want to do that we feel like we're maybe not accomplishing at the moment right now. And so our goal is really to look at how we act and how those habits are affecting the outcomes that we're ending up with. If we're not getting the results we want now, as the saying goes, then we got to change our actions, because if we don't, nothing's going to change. And so that's what our aim is with this podcast and with the journey that we're going to be sharing.
And really, our goal is transparency. Like we're very transparent individuals. We will share later on some resources that you guys can tap into to be able to ask questions, join in with other people that are listening around the world, to be able to work together to reach your goals, overcome your roadblocks, and really see the success that you want in your life. So stay tuned for more information in regards to how you can connect with us personally. We really are open books, and we want to share with you, as Alex mentioned, from the very start, the mess ups, the struggles, the things that we're learning as we go along, and how we're able to keep going. And we want to hear from you as well. Your experiences and your challenges that you've overcome are worth their weight in gold for us as well. So transparency is so important. Honestly, we hope that we can share with you some information that will be able to help you in your journey from wherever part of the journey you're on. The journey and the road to success is something that we all are capable of, and so we can all apply certain principles and techniques to be able to see the success that we want in life.
Yeah, one of the big things too that I found is it helps so much to have someone else to bounce ideas off of, to be able to share your wins, share your losses, and really just to kind of commiserate with in the journey of your life. So one of the things that we hope to do with this too is kind of create this community where we can share these wins, where we can share these big ideas that we've had and the results that we've seen by applying the principles that we're going to end up talking about. One of the biggest things is learning that failure is okay, and that sharing that failure helps us get better. And that's been, honestly, for me, one of the most humbling things over the past little while that I've come to grips with. It's okay if I fail. And if I talk it out, I get what I need to out of it, right? I get the big win out of the fail.
For sure. And honestly, we have a lot of experience ourselves, but one of the things that we are going to try to accomplish here as well is to bring on individuals that have seen success in their fields as well. They can share those success habits as well as those things that they were doing to start off that weren't producing good results. Like the podcast is called, it's Habit Hacked. Sometimes we need to hack those bad habits and turn them into good habits.
Yeah, so if it's okay, Chad, I want to just share a couple of the things that we've gone over the past little while that have mutually been just super helpful, I think, for both of us. And they've been things that are small, that don't seem like they'd really make a difference. But once you start doing them, you realize how having these old habits and being stuck in old ways can really just stop you from progressing and stop you from getting where you want to end up. So honestly, if I just kind of think about the things that we've talked about and the lessons that I've learned as we've grown together, one of the big ones, like I talked about, is letting yourself fail. Beyond that, I think what's been most meaningful for me has really been clarifying a vision of what I want. And I think these are things that are an episode unto themselves, right? But clarifying your vision, how to start off with goal creation and kind of creating a path for a goal that's actually going to happen, right? A lot of people set New Year's resolutions and these things, and honestly, most people fail, right?
I've been to the gym a few times, and it's crazy in January, but I expect that in a couple months it will die down. So like you said, you start and then you see people fail. So. It's
true. And I think planning on resistance and figuring out how to overcome resistance is so key to actually accomplishing what you want. I think it's meaningful to talk about kind of setting up the mindset of success, changing your mindset to maybe being on a little bit of a higher plane of thought in terms of what you can accomplish. So many of us get just comfortable with where we're at, and we just stop progressing. You know, you see so many people, and I'm sure you guys have seen this too, friends who hit maybe, they get out of college, get their first job, maybe get a promotion, and then just kind of sort of flatline, right? You see so many people just stop living after age 25.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's so sad to see that. Like, where's the growth? Where's the enjoyment in that? If all of your growth happens before age 25, what kind of life is that?
That's true. Honestly, that's such a good point, and you see it every day. You see it with people that you're close to, as well as just people on an everyday basis that have just stopped progressing. And honestly, I think it is that fear of failure, like you said, Alex. That people just don't want to fail. People don't want to fail. I don't want to fail. I don't know about you. I don't like failing, but honestly, really, that's kind of one of those habits that we want to hack as well, just to let people know that failure is really essential in the path to success. It's something that you should embrace, and we do things that we kind of wonder why we do them, and we're all on the journey together. So it's something that it's one of those things that we kind of grow up with and we kind of adapt early on, but that's what we're here to kind of help people get over, is that fear of failure and to embrace that opportunity to grow in the future.
Right. And I think accepting that a certain level of risk in any activity is okay. If there's a risk of failure and there's a risk of huge success, you got to be okay with that.
That's true.
Right?
That's
I
true.
love one of Chad's sayings that has just stuck with me, and you're going to be able to kind of enunciate it better than I can, but just the idea that there's no point in tiptoeing through life. And Chad, how does that exact saying go?
I mean, I took it from another individual. It's actually from a book, You Were Born Rich, but it says most people tiptoe through life hoping to get to death safely. And honestly, none of us have the guarantee to live forever. So it's something that most of us just are trying to make it safely. We don't want to make any waves. We don't want to do anything that might that might hurt us, not necessarily hurt us, but that might not produce the results that we want. But that's honestly the way we learn. Kind of the old way of learning and kind of the traditional way of learning is by memorizing something and regurgitating it and doing it perfectly. We all get tested at school, which education is an amazing thing, but we get tested as far as what we're able to memorize. But really, the real learning in life is through experience. And the only way to gain experience is through doing it. And you're going to do it, and you're going to not do it perfectly every time. I mean, if that was the case, then there would be a lot of successful people out there, a lot more successful people than there are now. And so that's the key, is that the successful people out there that are getting what they want have just done it long enough and kept going after those failures that they see the results that they want. So honestly, you just got to put that foot forward and play full on, and you'll see the results that you want. And that's what we'll be discussing more on in later episodes and helping you to do as well.
So we want to leave you with an invitation today. We want to invite you to join us on our Facebook group, the Habit Hacked Facebook group. And we want you to write a goal. Whatever your goal is, whatever it is that you want to achieve over the next 3 to 6 months, make it within a reasonable timeline. Write your goal on that Facebook group. We're going to share ours too, right? In the spirit of transparency and the spirit of camaraderie, share whatever your most important goal is right now on that group. And we'll look at it personally. We'll engage with you there, and you'll get the support of an entire group of like-minded people.
Exactly. Yeah, the goal setting process is such a fun process. And so, like Alex said, share it on the Facebook page, Habit Hacked, and stay tuned for the future episode. The next episode, actually, it's going to be episode number 2. We've got that planned out. So we're going to deep dive into some goal setting strategies there, and really kick this off in the hopes that we can really make some differences in your life and make it that goal that you've been really reluctant on setting. Maybe it's a goal that you don't want to tell people about, or you feel that it's a little unrealistic. Make it a goal that really gets you emotional and really starts to make those ideas start spinning as far as how you can accomplish that. Make it something that really, really drives you there.
Yeah, and we're going to share some of the big mistakes that people make, mistakes that we've made in goal setting that make people consistently fail to get anywhere close to reaching their goals. We've got 3 key elements of goal setting that we're going to share that you're not going to want to miss out on. Because if you're missing out on this in your goal setting, you're not going to get anywhere. So tune in for that next week as we dive into goal setting. We'll both share our experience, some of our failures, and some of the specific endeavors that we've got going on right now as we grow together.
Yeah, and do it with the anticipation and the trust that it's going to change your life. Honestly, there's a lot of talk out there of goal setting, and a lot of people will pump you up about it, but we want to be the change that you want to see in your life. We want to help you be the change that you want to see in your life. Set that goal knowing that you're going to get it. And what would it do for you to reach that goal that you've been wanting to accomplish but just haven't yet for whatever reason? Really imagine what that's going to do for you. Imagine how that's going to change your life if you accomplish said goal, whatever that may be in your life. And we're super excited. We're super excited about it because we've seen the effect that goal setting has on our lives and how things do start falling in place. So like Alex said, stay tuned for our next episode. Thank you for watching. We are super excited for our journey and that you've decided to join us. So stay tuned for the next episode.
Heck yeah. We'll see you next week on the Habit Hacked Podcast.
Thanks for listening to the Habit Hacked Podcast. Now stop sitting there and go leverage the last half hour of your life by taking action. Show up in the community online and tell us what stood out from the episode and what you'll do as a result. Now, go get it.